Once upon a time, in a rainforest where sunlight danced through ancient trees and morning mist wrapped the world in magic, there lived a gibbon named Lila. She moved through the canopy with quiet grace, her cream-colored fur catching the golden light as she explored her treetop kingdom. The forest stretched endlessly below, a sea of green dotted with orchids and alive with birdsong. Lila loved these morning hours when the world felt full of possibility. Somewhere across the clearing, a gibbon named Kai stood watching. His golden-brown fur glowed in the sunrise, and his amber eyes held something Lila had never seen before: wonder mixed with the smallest bit of courage. Their eyes met across the distance, and the forest seemed to hold its breath. Kai moved closer, stepping carefully through the vines. Lila pretended not to notice, but her heart was racing. When he finally reached her branch, neither spoke. They didn't need to. Some connections are written in sunlight and silence. He offered her a bright red fruit, held gently in both hands. Lila accepted it, their fingers brushing for just a moment. It was the smallest gesture, but it changed everything. Together they began to explore. Kai led her through hidden paths she'd never discovered, across ravines where sunlight poured through broken canopy like liquid gold. They swung through the trees side by side, their movements falling into perfect rhythm. On a high branch overlooking the valley, they rested together. The breeze swept through the leaves, and when Kai leaned gently against her side, Lila leaned back. The world felt softer somehow, warmer. Then the rain came. Kai guided Lila beneath a massive palm leaf as the storm rolled in, sheltering her from the downpour. They huddled close as rain cascaded around them in silver sheets, and Lila realized something. She felt safe here, safe with him. Even in the storm, they found joy. Kai splashed water toward her playfully, and her laughter echoed through the canopy. The rain couldn't touch the warmth between them. When the clouds finally parted, the world transformed. Sunlight poured through the mist, bending into rainbow colors that painted the forest in impossible beauty. Lila stepped into the light, droplets sparkling in her fur like tiny stars. Kai watched from behind, completely captivated. When she turned and met his gaze, framed by that perfect rainbow, he knew this was forever. Flowers bloomed brighter in the post-storm glow. Hummingbirds zipped past like living jewels. Kai offered Lila a small yellow blossom, and when she smiled, his whole world lit up. They walked together through the glowing canopy, discovering places where fog lifted to reveal valleys drenched in color. Nature itself seemed to celebrate what they'd found in each other. And so, they began to build. Their nest took shape, slowly, carefully. Twigs and leaves woven together with patience and love. Kai shaped the foundation, while Lila threaded vines around the edges. They worked as one, their movements synchronized like a dance they'd always known. When the last branch was placed and the final vine secured, they rested together beside their creation. Birds flew across the bright blue sky. The breeze carried flower petals through the warm air. This was home, not because of where it was, but because of who they'd built it with. Days passed in peaceful contentment. They watched sunsets paint the sky in orange and rose. They groomed each other's fur as the forest hummed its evening song. They'd found what they'd been searching for. Then, one morning, everything changed again. Lila woke with a tiny miracle in her arms, a baby gibbon with fur soft as dandelion seeds and eyes that held entire universes. They named him Tanu. Kai approached slowly, hardly daring to breathe. When he touched his son's tiny paw, a single tear rolled down his cheek. All the branches gathered, all the storms weathered, all the hope and dreams. It all led to this moment. They cradled Tanu between them as morning light filled the nest. Their family was complete. Tanu grew quickly, as all precious things do. His first wobbly steps along the branches, with Lila's paws hovering nearby ready to catch him. His first time gripping vines, learning the ways of the canopy from Kai's patient teaching. His first taste of fruit, wonder lighting up his golden brown eyes. Lila and Kai taught him everything: how to swing through the trees, how to find the sweetest blossoms, how to read the wind and trust the vines. But more than skills, they taught him love. They taught him that family means showing up for each other, rain or shine. As fireflies began their evening dance, the three of them sat together at the edge of their treetop home. Tanu nestled between his parents, safe and warm, and loved beyond measure. The sky deepened to purple, then indigo. Stars appeared one by one, like the forest was lighting candles just for them. The moon rose silver and full, casting light across the canopy like a blessing. The river of trees stretched endlessly below, alive with sounds and secrets. But up here, in this moment, everything was still. Everything was perfect. Lila rested her head against Kai's shoulder. Tanu's tiny hands held onto both of them. The forest that had brought them together now cradled their family, as it would for all their days to come. This is their story. A story of courage found in a glance across a clearing, of love discovered in the middle of a rainstorm, of building something beautiful when you find the right person to build it with, of tiny hands and big hearts, and the fierce, unbreakable bond of family. This is the remarkable tale of Lila, Kai, and little Tanu, and the life they built together, high among the singing leaves.
Thank you for joining me for another remarkable love story from the animal kingdom. If today's journey touched your heart, imagine what else is waiting out there: bonds, partnerships, and connections more magical than fiction. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next story unfolding beneath the waves, above the trees, or deep in the wild.